Okay, hello and welcome to the video. This is really just short and to the point. I don't see much point or supposed safety reason for the banning of finger locks, especially the basic thumb locks of Japanese jiu-jitsu from MMA, because much worse injuries happen in MMA than sprained or broken fingers. And career-ending injuries such as involving internal bleeding, such as broken ribs, broke both bones in the lower leg, the fibula and tibia, because of incorrect leg kicking and you ought to ban leg kicking because leg checks break an attacker's leg, and leg checks are the scientific defense against leg kicking. So you may as well ban leg kicking because that actually ends people's career. Because once they get both bones in their leg broken and have to have pins and rods in their leg, they can't fight. Or how they get punched or kicked in the face so hard sometimes that their eyeball pops out. All right, that's a much worse and career-ending injury than a sprained or broken finger. A sprained or broken finger heals up in a few weeks. An eyeball can't be replaced. But I've seen people get punched or kicked in the face so hard in MMA that they lose an eye. This clenched elbow strike, where you grab somebody behind their neck and pull them into an elbow, can knock somebody out in one hit and can potentially cause brain damage, and that's not banned in MMA. You rarely see it happen because they're usually competent enough not to give it up. But when it does happen, it's an instant knockout. I mean, the dude's just out going for a real 10 count where he's just out cold on the ground. That should be banned in MMA because it can potentially kill somebody. If your elbow hits straight in the orbital bone of the eye, it's going to damage their eye permanently for life. All right. And that's not even a 12-6 elbow or gravity assisted elbow. That's just a clenched elbow where you grab by the back of the head or the neck and pull into the elbow. It comes from Naihanchi kata in Okinawan karate. It's one of the oldest katas. I'm not exactly sure where it originates from, but it's one of the oldest katas that's still in modern use. Uh, like I say, there's vastly much more devastating and dangerous techniques in MMA than finger locks and toe locks. So it makes no sense that they're banned. Um, the fight styles would be completely different if they were legal, because then more people who specialize in Japanese jiu-jitsu would join up and they would win much more often, uh, because they would actually know the nuances of the lock. Because there is a nuance here. It's not just a twist and it's not just a compression. It's a certain balance of both twist and compression to the lock, and you got to practice it for hundreds and thousands of hours to get to learn to get them right. But you see pro fighters that don't even have 5,000 gym hours, um, or don't even have 4,000 gym hours. I had 4,400 gym hours in my sensei's dojo under his instruction, and I kept failing the black belt test. I was eventually going to pass it. It would have taken me about another 6 months to pass it, but I kept failing his black belt test, not because I couldn't fight, but because I couldn't memorize the kata. Is actually the only thing that you had to meet all. It was That's the minimum criteria that I signed up to. In order to get black belt, you had to memorize the kata. No matter how good a fighter you are, you had to memorize all your kata. So I couldn't memorize the last kata. It would have taken me another 6 months to memorize it. Um, and that's what the holdup was on me getting black belt. I was already fighting at about third or fourth degree black belt skill level, uh, in terms of the actual fighting curricula and syllabus. Um, it's a fuzzy logic thing, but roughly in that area. Um, But these things work. The reason they're banned is because they're actually so effective that it makes the fight last 10 seconds instead of 10 rounds or whatever. 5 rounds, 5 minute rounds. When you get a wrist lock, especially the one with the thumb lock on it, when you get a wrist lock on somebody correctly, it hurts so bad that it overrides their nervous system and their knees buckle and they're pretty well useless. So I can see why they want gloves and tape on somebody if they want to make the fights last longer than 10 seconds, but that's not a realistic fight. When they first came out, they wanted the fights to be as realistic as possible. But allegedly, that's not what happened. What happened is they rigged the fights to favor Gracie BJJ by banning everything except Gracie BJJ. Is basically what has happened.